Right, now we're going to make the crystal, which is the kind of power supply for this object here. So I'm going to bring this out. Not you. Good start. This is a re-recording. You don't want to know how the previous session went. Hide unselected. Needless to say, it was pain in the bottom. Right, crystals. That's what the main problem is, unfortunately, because they're not as easy as you think. So, first things first. Let's make a standard cylinder. 10 sides, turn smooth off. Okay, this, believe it or not, is our crystal. Ooh. Right, now, press F4, zoom in. Let's do this bottom piece first. I'm going to get here and just do a quick insert, not a very big one, and collapse it. Bring this down, like so. Now if I, not ring, loop that, bring it up to about there. Now, the original design for the monolith is quite incredibly simple. Basically all they do is they get this, they do a bevel, and they go ooh, 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 bevel, 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 and as if by magic they have a crystal. Now, that's all well and good, and it is kind of a crystal-y shape, but you know, we're building an obelisk, which in my opinion should be slightly more exciting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a nice chunky shape to rip out of our obelisk using a box. Well, not our obelisk, or a crystal. So I'm just going to create a box and bring it over here, and this is kind of the starting position. And what I'm going to do is just start with some simple stuff like tessellating it a bit. I know I don't normally tessellate, however in this case I'm prepared to make an exception. Because what I'm wanting to do now is start breaking into this and just taking parts out by just mucking around with the shape. Really giving it a kind of chaotic, haphazard kind of set of breaks in it. Okay, so firstly I do that and tessellate it. Then I take this object here. Then before I do, I'm also going to mesh smooth it a bit. Okay, so we've got that shape, which I'm then going to move in to about there. Then I'm going to apply a noise modifier to it. Fractal, give it a roughness of 1. 1 iteration, 2 on each, and then up the iterations until I get to something I'm quite happy with. Now that's quite jingly jangly, isn't it? There we go. That'll do. Convert to edible poly. Then I go here and do a boolean on that. And that kind of breaks off quite a bit of our crystal, really. Convert to edible poly, like so. Now, this part is relatively hanging off, as is that one. So we'll just delete them. There we go. Just really looking for loose parts that need to be removed, because you know what a horrible mess booleans make of your model. I'll just take this bit off altogether. A little bit of tidy up. those pieces there. Right, what I'm going to do is just come into this part, trim those out. This gives me a chance to kind of repair this as much as I can. Okay, Control A, and we'll do some welds. It's nice because it really kind of jaggies out our model a lot when we do that as well. Various areas need to be rebuilt using caps, as you can see. Just keeping an eye out for the biggest offenders here. Right, there's one there, you see. And there's something in there. So we just trim those off. Okay, we should be able to cap this again. There, that's better. Though there's a bit of a nonsensical polygon just there. Delete it again. This is why people don't use booleans very often, you know. It takes such a lot of aftercare. There, that's better. Apart from this one. Haha. Kill. Kill. Cap. Okay, that's a bit better. Now, what else have we got? Well, there's an area here that could do with flattening, so what I'm going to do is just cap it out. And then in here, I'm going to start cutting. Just to bring all these gaps together. Because, I mean, like I say, I can't stand the thought that, you know, you've got something chaotic like this, and it's being run by this big, pristine, pretty crystal that you could pick up in any store in a major town. Ooh, scary. So this whole broken crystal thing really does it for me instead. Much nicer. Okay. Now, just kind of look over this shape again. We've got some polygon errors going on down here that I'm going to have to clean up. Cap those. There, that's better. Look over here. Zoom in on this. Now I can see where we have some problem pieces. So there we are. Now we don't. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is cap this. And then I'm going to draw in some new lines. Use the cut tool. I can just break this shape up a bit more by doing this as well. Doesn't hurt because it makes the form a lot more chaotic by doing this. Feel free to make your own random mad looking crystal shape, by all means though. There we are. Okay. And what I'm going to do is select this vert here and open my soft selection and reduce my fall off a bit like that, and then just bring it in like that. Just to curve it back a bit and make it look a lot more distorted, and maybe bring it this way as well. Yeah, that's nice. Lovely and broken. Okay, now what I'm going to do is apply a smooth modifier to it. Like so. Turn on auto smooth, and then turn down the threshold. Nah, it's not as nice as it was when I had it like that, actually. Keep it like that. Okay, so there's our crystal, and she be a beauty. So I'm quite pleased with that. So what I'm going to do now is move this over to about here. Up. Just until the bounding box starts to come out like so. Okay. Top viewport zoom. There. Move it to the middle. Now, what I want to do is just build a simple stand just to hold it in place, because this is, you know, our damaged crystal. It's going to supply power to our really messed up vessel. There. Let's give our broken crystal a nice view of the world. So what I'm going to do is reset this. It's a nice piece actually. And then I'm going to build my kind of surround. So what I need to do is come up with a... Sorry, I'm having to think on my feet, by the way, which is why I'm kind of and do this, and do that, So I do apologise. Anyway, here we go. Right, now we want 4 sides initially. 8, 16 should be fine. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's fine. Convert to editable polygon. Just rotate it about 10 degrees as well, so it's in the right position. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build our clamps that are going to kind of hold our crystal in place more or less. And I'm going to start them from this piece here. So zoom in on it. And turn off soft selection because it always bugs up my viewport. Detach to element. And then from here I'm going to do an inset, just a very small one. Then an extrude. Then a bevel. Then another inset. Right, now for this inset I'm going to do this one and this one too. Actually no, I didn't want to do it that way at all, did I? Silly old me. Let's have a look. What I want to do is do an extrude and then an inset here and here. Not a very big one though. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to take this top part off. And I'm going to cap this hole. And then, with this part done the way I have it now, but not quite so wonky, I'm going to take this part here and my local, bring that to about there. Now here, I'm going to hinge from edge, pick my hinge, start bringing this up. Now you can see one of the problems I've already got is that that's kind of going the wrong way, so bring it up to about here, and maybe down a bit, because I don't want it curving back quite so much. Hinge from edge, pick my hinge, that's better. Now bring this back till it's about there, click OK. Now, this part here, okay, I'm going to inset it, do an extrude in, like so. Now that's just about the way I want it, so go here, minimal length bevel and out. Okay, that's fine. Now if I go along here and do a ring, connect times 2, and it hasn't gone all the way down unfortunately, so let's undo that. It's probably because I need to do this one as well. There, that's better. Grab this part here and this part here. Top viewport. To about there. A bit too much of a curve on those. So what I'm going to have to do is go into my front viewport. And I'm going to rotate this. Get that to there. Two there. Change this to view. There we go. Bring these bits here back just a tiny bit. Drop into perspective. Okay, now take this part here and this part here and do a quick inset. Then a small extrude. Okay. Select here and then here. Just move these a little bit. Just to get them in the middle. There we go. Not bad. Now let's line up the bottom. Better. Perspective. Okay, now you can put a bevel down on this and on this, like that. Just to give it a bit of shape. Don't like that bevel there actually. Let's do it by local normal instead. There, that's better. That's much better. Now, what I'm going to do is take this part here and detach it, just as a completely separate object. And I'm going to rotate it. Keep doing that. rotate it 90 degrees, and then copy it 3 times. Okay, now I'm going to attach that, 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 and that together, like so. Okay, now flip this over, and I'm going to get rid of these bottom polygons, because I kind of need to. Next, I take this shape, which is our original shape, and attach this, and get rid of the bottom polygon in this as well. Plot thickens. Now, what I'm going to do is divide each of these by 3. Let's see. Should be okay. We'll soon find out. Now I need to rotate the central piece a little bit. It may be a little bit too late to rotate the central piece actually. Now I think about it. Oh, never mind. I'll just keep it the way it is. Okay, let's do some bridging. Just going to slowly and carefully go around our model. Basically just making it into a single element. For the base anyway. Accidentally got that one wrong. Hang on, there we go. Okay, so that's the bottom part in place. You can see if I'd rotated it about 10 degrees it would have been okay, but it doesn't matter. Now I'm going to cap that. And then I'm going to take my bevel tool, make us a bowl underneath here. With a little focusing node on it. Like so. Alright, that's quite nice. Now in these walls, oh, and I haven't actually applied a material to anything yet, so there we go. In these walls here, let's have a look at them. Do I need to apply anything to them? Probably not. Although I suppose I could do an inset. I think you know where I'm going with this. Okay. Just to kind of break up the shape a little bit. No, it's enough to drive you insane, isn't it? Although I always do repetitive things like this, and I did describe why earlier, so stop moaning. There we go. Last bit. And it's literally the last bit before we start the engines, funnily enough. Or thrusters, or, you know, the bottom anyway. Okay, inset. Bevel. Insert. Bevel. There we go. Hey, that wasn't too harsh, was it? And now we can align this entire piece here with that one. Before we do though, we should probably attach our crystal. Okay. And as much as by luck or as anything really, because I wasn't really paying attention to the measurements, our crystal fits, so let's unhide all. There we go, and there is our slightly melted, slightly damaged crystal in its special place. Now, I keep meaning to do this, so I'm just going to quickly copy the guns across while I'm thinking about it. Hold down Shift and do one for 90 degrees. There we go. And again, 180 degrees this time. Plonk it down into here. And then again. Click OK. And bring this up into here. Turn off the grid. Drop into perspective. And there we go. Really coming on quite well now. So, hope you enjoyed that part. Until the next part, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye for now.